Ladies and gentlemen, there is nothing more embarrassing than losing a chess game in 4 moves to a cheap trap. But in this video, I'm going to show you how to exactly punish the players who set up such traps. Hello everyone, I am Grandmaster and FIDE trainer Priyadarshan Kannappan, founder of Chess Gaja Academy. I'm going to help you become a better chess player. Let's say if you're playing chess online and you're going to face a lot of players who just want to set up some cheap traps and don't really want to play a serious chess game. They want to kind of beat you in less than 5 moves or maybe 10 moves and so on. They want to maybe try to trick you and checkmate your king or win your queen and so on. And I'm sure you all have faced such scenarios often in your games. And I understand it is incredibly frustrating to handle these kind of traps. And here is my honest disclaimer. These traps are actually complete garbage if you know how to play against them. Today, we are going to look at the most common early attack or traps that beginners face. And the first one is the wayward queen attack. And the second one, the fried liver. And I'm going to show you exactly how you can turn the tables on your opponent, embarrass them, and get a strong advantageous position against these two traps. Let's now start with the wayward queen attack. Normally, many white players play e4 with white, and you will respond with e5, symmetrical. And then black for playing e5, white could play queen h5. And this move, queen to h5 here on the screen that you see, is called the wayward queen attack. And they're immediately targeting your weak pawn on e5 and also some attack on f7 with the queen. And this is where most beginners will panic. They will be like, oh, two of my pawns are getting attacked. How do I defend both? And many times that is a very common mistake that beginners will make. They will be like, let me go ahead and attack the white's queen by playing g6. But don't make this blunder. This g6 is a very bad move because white will play queen takes e5 and it is a check. And if you try to cover the check with queen e7 or something, then they will win the rook on h8. So you not just lost a pawn on e5 as black, but you also ended up losing your rook. So the trap has succeeded for white. So what should you do as black to not fall for this trap so that you can get an advantage? Let me show you the answer to that. So after e4, e5, queen h5, now you need to follow this exact blueprint to punish your opponent. First, let us develop the knight to c6. So what this does is that it defends the pawn on e5 so that white cannot play queen takes e5 anymore. And now most of the white players will try to set up a new trap by going bishop c4. So the trap they are trying to set now is trying to play queen takes f7, the next move, and checkmate your king. So now, do you want to punish this move bishop c4? Play g6. So there is no more queen takes f7 checkmate, and you have also attacking the h5 queen. So now white would still try to be more of a tricky trap player and go queen f3, again attacking the f7 pawn, so that if black does something random, white is preparing to play queen takes f7 with the support of the bishop and deliver a checkmate. And here is where you need to stop this checkmate idea forever by playing knight to f6, blocking the queen's path or attack on the f7 pawn. So now you have completely stopped the checkmate threats that white basically generated. And now, next move, if white doesn't do anything or white does something completely random, you will end up playing moves like knight d4 and get a lot of free tempos and get a huge advantage as black. This is going to help you save a lot of points, and you will end up scoring a lot of points against the opponents who play this trap against you as white. So this is going to be very, very devastating when white players see that you're not falling into their trap. So now, if you like this video so far, and before we go to the next topic of this, I'm sure you will subscribe to the Chess Gaja channel. And if you haven't yet subscribed to the Chess Gaja channel, I think it's time that you subscribe because you're going to see a lot of useful content like this coming up on the channel. And we already also have a huge database of videos of chess improvement. And trust me, if you follow these videos and get all the chess updates and chess theory and knowledge, your FIDE rating or chess.com rating or Chess rating is bound to go up and you're going to become a very strong chess player. So now it is time for us to move to the next trap and see how we can stop it and how we can get a strong position. So going back to the starting position, when white plays e4 and black plays e5, and if white plays knight f3, knight c6, and bishop c4, and here black will play knight f6 most of the times, and white will play knight g5. So this is kind of like the starting position for the fried liver attack or the trap that you're going to see. And for knight g5, it is very obvious that the bishop is threatening to capture the f7 pawn because the knight is also attacking it. And many of you will be thinking and playing d5. So the d5 move is basically blocking the bishop's attack on the f7 pawn. And now by playing d5, and white will react to it by playing e takes d5. And this is the most important moment in this fried liver attack variation. So here, do not, do not take knight takes d5, which many beginner players make this mistake by capturing the pawn on d5 with a knight, which leads to this stunning knight takes f7. And after king takes f7, white will play queen f3 check, forcing your king to come to e6, and white will play knight c3. And now your king is in a very weak situation on e6. The knight is heavily attacked on d5 by the bishop, by the knight, by the queen, and you will end up losing your d5 knight and also will get checkmated very soon. So if you do not want to fall for this trap, when white played knight g5 on move 4, you play d5, and after e takes d5, you do not move your f6 knight to d5, but instead you move your c6 knight to a5. So by playing knight to a5, you are attacking the bishop on c4, and then white will generally play bishop b5 check. You will play c6. After d takes c6, b takes c6, the pawn. And this is a very standard position of this particular line where it looks like black is one pawn down to start with, but black has tremendous compensation because black pieces will quickly develop and black has slightly better control of the center than white. And this is actually a critical main line which you can study, and black has had some fantastic results if you study this line. So this is the way how you can kind of like react and, refute the fried liver attack that white trying to establish in this game. Yes. So I guess now I've helped you with the second trap as well. And if you memorize or understand the logic of these simple defensive setups or the traps that I showed you and how to refute them, you will stop losing to these cheesy get-rich-quick traps that white players can set up against you. And once you kind of refute these traps, you are going to become a better player, get more ELO rating, and beat these players, and your opponents will look completely ridiculous trying to set up these traps and keep losing against you. I hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you in another video where I'll explain other traps and how you can, basically go and react against those traps and kind of like refute them. So see you all in another video. Signing off as Grandmaster Priyadarshan Kannappan from Chess Gaja. Thank you.